What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is going to be a review for the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 4, Episode 12. So let me say this. Let me break the fourth wall for a second, although I feel like I do that all the time. I'm not on the show. I guess I'm not breaking. Anyway, I feel like this is the episode where we're starting to see the shift in the narrative of Monica, right? We know that they filmed their confessionals after the season. So we know that whatever went down between Monica and Heather and the rest of the cast, allegedly it's the lawsuit. Heather didn't realize Monica was suing her because Monica filed a lawsuit under her maiden name, and it all came to a head, allegedly. I feel like this is the episode where we see that shift, because you can hear in Heather's confessionals that the tide is sort of turning on Monica a little bit. And I almost see the narrative happening. But y'all let me know if y'all see it the way I see it, because honestly, that's how I see it. I really feel like we're switching a narrative here, and we're trying to put some, I don't know. So anyway, Heather is talking to Angie, and that's what the whole conversation is about. Monica's mood, and you know, one minute she's fun, and the next minute she's angry, and the next minute she's erratic, and the next minute she's this, and we just don't get it, and I just don't understand like what was really going on. And you know, she reminds me of Jen, and I mean, I hate to say it, and you know, I have to learn from my past mistakes, you know, that I must attract toxic people, but I have to learn from my past mistakes that, you know, that I can't have this toxicity in my life. And I was like, see, that's all the ding, 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 ding for me. But neither here nor there. I felt like that was the whole purpose of that conversation, was to start twisting the narrative to show that Monica is this unhinged, crazy person. But okay. Put it in the comments if y'all feel like, if I'm putting 20 on 10, but that's how I felt in that scene and with Heather's confessional, because again, the confessional was after. So all of the stuff that then went down then already went down, okay? So then we see Whitney and her husband, they're leaving therapy. This is how you know Whitney and her husband are really in therapy for real, because we didn't see the therapy session yet. Now, do I think we'll see one before the end of the season? Maybe. But it looks like they really, truly are putting in some work, and they're trying to keep at least that much of it private. And they were talking about the therapy, and, you know, Whitney was like, I don't know if the therapy is working. I feel like things are worse when we leave. And her husband said something that I think a lot of people who go through therapy have to understand. He said, I think it's worse now, but in the long run, it's going to be good. Because the thing about therapy is you're picking at the scabs. In some cases, you're ripping off the Band-Aid. And so it's going to be nasty. I don't want to go too deep with that analogy, but it's going to be nasty. It's not going to feel good. It's not going to look good. It's not going to sound good. But hopefully, you're allowing things to heal properly. And so in the long run, it will be okay. That's how I think about it. Anyway, while she's in the car, she gets a call about her best friend, and she finds out that her best friend is not doing very well. She's been battling cancer. And they give us these flashbacks where we actually see her, right? We actually see her at different events throughout the years with her. And unfortunately, we found out later on in this episode that she did pass away. She lost her battle with cancer. Again, I extend my condolences to Whitney. Sorry, you know, to hear that. You know, she said that was her best friend. That's the first person that was this close to her passed in her life. And I know that's just a hard thing to deal with. I mean, me and my best friend, we've been through a lot together, some ups, some downs, some ins, some outs. But at the end of the day, she has been a part of my life for as long as I can remember. And our families have intertwined to the point where I really don't know where my family ends and her family begins, and vice versa. When I meet, I'll be like, that's my cousin. That's my so-and-so. That's my so-and-so. That's my uncle. That's my this, my aunt. You know, we've shared life events, weddings and funerals and cookouts and, you know, all of those vacations, you know, all of those things. And so I can only imagine what Whitney went through, especially helping her do something like battle cancer, which is always a hard thing. So again, sending those condolences to Whitney. We have a scene between Lisa and Meredith. Now, let me say this. I can appreciate the fact that Lisa and Meredith are talking out their issues instead of talking about each other, which is something they promised that they would talk to each other about these different issues. But here's my problem. I need y'all, and when I say y'all, I mean the cast. I need y'all to stop acting like Lisa is not a self-centered ass biatch. I need y'all to really stop. Lisa has been self-centered since the first season. It is about Lisa. It is always about Lisa, and it's never important until it's about Lisa. So Lisa is talking about her and Monica's relationship and where it went wrong and why is the relationship as bad as it is and so forth and so on. And Meredith is talking about, well, you know, I get it, because, you know, me and Angie, we went through our thing, and I never understood why Angie came for me the way she did. And Lisa's like, well, we can't compare the two, because, I mean, you threatened to ruin Angie's life, and you threatened to expose Angie and tell rumors about Angie. And Meredith was like, okay, but I didn't. She was like, well, you're talking about stuff. I mean, there is no information out there about Angie. She said there absolutely is. She said, listen, there's rumors out there about all of us. I didn't say, it doesn't make the rumors true, but there are rumors out there about all of us. So let's not say that there isn't information, because there is. And she was like, well, she said, well, you threatened to ruin her life. She said, I could. She said, she said, you could ruin mine. I could ruin your, like, we all could put information out about each other, true or false, that could really ruin people's life. And again, I think Meredith was being extreme with it, but I understood what Meredith was saying. She said, listen, yes, I threatened to put out information about this woman. And you may not like that I did that, but here's my problem. And here's what Meredith said to Lisa. But here's my issue. My issue is you're focusing on my reaction to her disrespect. And you're not acknowledging what she did to me to make me feel the way I felt to even threaten to put out a rumor or repeat a rumor. And so, yeah, you could be upset that I did that or I went down that road, but why are we not addressing what Angie did to me? So Lisa was like, well, I just don't think that's the same thing between me and Monica. And I just don't think that's cool. And I just don't like the fact that you did that. I don't like the fact that you threatened that. And I'm just like, I'm with Meredith on this one. Like, what you can't do, you can't get mad at my response to your disrespect. You know, and let's be clear. Angie was at an event that she was not invited to. We're going to forget that it's a reality show in production. We're just going to call it. We're going to look at it for what it is. I didn't invite you. I purposely did not invite you. You showed up anyway, and then you're trying to force me to have a conversation with you and address you. And my reasoning for not wanting you here and my reasoning for not dealing with you in the first place is because I felt like you disrespected me, and I don't want you in my presence. So again, yes, I threatened to tell her business, but it was in response. It wasn't unwarranted or unprovoked. So neither here nor there. I feel like Meredith and Lisa kind of like whoop whoop right now. So then we see Mary and Monica. Monica went over Mary's house to try to get some clarity. Have y'all noticed that Mary has only been filming at her house the last couple of episodes? After that event where they had the crepes, I forgot that was Lisa's event. Y'all notice Mary ass ain't been nowhere. Well, she did go out to lunch with Whitney. But we have seen 3 scenes with people coming to Mary's house. Heather went to her house, Meredith went to her house, and now here's Monica coming to her house. Listen, Bravo must have been desperate to keep this show on the air, and they were worried about ratings, because it sounds like they are giving Miss Mary everything she asked for, and they are catering to her on such a crazy level. Again, I ain't got no beef with Mary. I find Mary to be funny. Do I think she's extra? Yeah, I've said that all along. But I find her to be damn hilarious. And it looks like Bravo is literally kissing her ass. But, okay. Neither here nor there. She's giving Monica advice about not holding grudges, watching her mouth. Like, you don't need to say everything you're thinking. And, baby, Mary took the words right. Monica took the words right out of my mouth when Monica said, she gives great advice. She don't necessarily take her own advice, but she's giving great advice. And I'm like, exactly. Because, Mary, you did exactly the thing that you told her not to do. Like, crazy. So then we see Lisa taking her son shopping to get his stuff for his mission. And I find it hilarious. And I know it's Utah. Please don't put it in the comments. That I know it's Utah and it's a way of life and all of that. But I found it hilarious that they went to a store that had missionary in the title, basically letting people know here's where you can come and get your uniforms or the suits or whatever that you need for your missionary. They had other things in there as well, but you could definitely tell the majority of their clientele were people going on missions. It was hilarious to me. Again, that was listen, we get it. He's going on a mission and you're proud of him. The only thing that was funny was he was telling her that I really feel like he's going on this mission to get away from her. Like, after that conversation, he was like, I think, this is good. When I come back, you're going to realize that I'm a man. And, and she was just like, well, but you're not, you're going to miss me. You're going to love me. And I was like, girl. Anyway. But I really feel like he's going on this mission to get away from her. I know that's a mean thing to say, but, I mean, that's how I feel about it. So then... but then we see Heather and Monica meet up before Meredith's event. Meredith is having an event. She has created, it's called Plated by Meredith Marks, and it is basically an affordable jewelry line, because I feel like with Meredith, her jewelry line was so high end that by her being on this show, there was probably a lot of people who wanted to buy some of her jewelry, and it was out of their price range. It was out of their price point. And so it's a smart thing that she's doing. She's creating a jewelry line. I think she said the prices go from, I think she said $50 to $500 or something like that. That's a lot more affordable for the average person who says, hey, I saw you on a reality show and I like some of your pieces and I want to buy something, and I want to have a Meredith Marks piece of jewelry. The same thing happened, I don't know, you guys might not remember, Southern Charm New Orleans. Reagan Charleston, who was on the show, excuse me, she had a jewelry line, and I thought her jewelry was so cute. And I went to go buy a piece. Baby, I can't afford that shit. I forgot the piece that I looked at, but I know the piece that I looked at, there was a comma in the price tag. And I said, oh my, it's not quite what I was expecting. Now listen, I ain't mad at you. Listen, her jewelry line is still in business, so clearly she has the clientele. But baby, me personally, was out of my price range, okay? Anyway, so Meredith is having her event, and of course all the ladies are coming. But before the event, we see Heather sit down with Monica. Basically, I guess to clear the air. And Monica was like, one thing that Heather said that I thought was, again, it lets me know exactly where Heather is and how Heather feels about Monica. She was like, and she said this in the moment though. She said, don't dish it if you can't take it. Like, I'm not understanding why you got so mad. And see, here's the difference between how you react to things in the real world versus how you react to things on a reality show, right? Because in the real world, I 100% understand Monica being upset in that moment and being over it and being ready to go. And like, no, I'm not getting ready to sit here and make butter with y'all. Like, I'm pissed off. And I feel like you just came for me. And I feel like all of y'all supported her and nobody had my back. I felt like I was alone in this moment. And I'm really ready to go home. And I'm just waiting for them to say cut. And that's a wrap. That's it. I 100% understand that, because I feel like that is probably who I would be in a reality moment. Like, once I'm done and I'm over it, baby, I'm over it and I'm done. But from a reality TV perspective, Heather was like, girl, we had our fight, we had our moment, girl, I need you to snap out of it. We got to finish this scene, right? We got to tell the people we're going to Bermuda. That's why we're here. We got to hype this thing up. We got to make it a whole moment. And Monica couldn't do it. Monica couldn't get back in it. And Heather was like, look, girl, if you're going to be out here fighting and tussling, you're going to have to, when it's time to move on, you got to move on. When it's time to smile, you got to smile. And so I really feel like that's the difference between somebody who can turn it off and on for a camera versus somebody that is dealing in this how I am in real life. And that's why reality TV ain't for everybody, because everybody can't play that game. I know I don't have that in me. If you do something to me that I feel like it's just that egregious, baby, I cannot. Anyway, so then, but they cleared the air. Monica says she is going to Bermuda, blah, blah, blah. So they're at Meredith's event. Whitney shows up even though her friend died like literally the day before. She said, look, she would want me to go, and I want to support Meredith. We haven't always been in a good space, so I really wanted to support her. I love Meredith's reaction. When Meredith saw Whitney, she hugged her, and literally they cried together. And she was like, I really appreciate you being here. Like, oh my goodness, I'm so appreciative that you made the effort. Because again, like, I get it. You just lost your best friend, and I understand. Which is the total opposite response that she gets from Lisa. Lisa is walking around acting like it didn't exist. And not only that, she's almost just not even speaking to Whitney. Her and Heather are talking. Whitney and Heather are talking. Lisa comes over, totally ignores Whitney, and is giving Heather these like CBD weed infused gifts. I don't know what the hell it was, but it was something dealing with weed, and they were laughing and joking about it. And Whitney was literally standing there like, what the, like, first of all, you were one of the people that I actually texted. Like, what happened with my best friend. You were one of the first people I texted. So the fact that you're sitting here acting like damn near ignoring me, it's very hurtful. Then there was another scene where it was Monica, Whitney, and Lisa. And Whitney was like, girl, I gotta get out of here. Because she was like, I'm in the middle of these two, and I'm just not here for it today. Like, I don't have it in me today to have this conversation. The good thing, though, is Monica and Lisa talked. They cleared the air. Monica did apologize to Lisa. Lisa accepted the apology. They talked about Jack's mission. He's going to Colombia. She was like, oh my gosh, my dad is from Colombia. That's the part of me that I just don't know. I don't know anything about my dad and his side of the family. Oh my gosh. And she starts crying, and Lisa's. So they bonded, child. They good for now. You know how that go. So Lisa goes up to Whitney and wants to talk to her. She was like, can I talk to you for a minute? And she pulls her aside. And I think Whitney felt like in that moment, Lisa was going to talk to her about her friend, and Lisa was going to acknowledge her loss. Baby, Lisa starts talking about her conversation with Meredith and how it made her feel some kind of way about Meredith comparing Angie, like that whole thing. Baby, Whitney was over it. Whitney was like, yeah, I just lost my best friend, and I really just don't even have the capacity for this conversation right now. Lisa does not read the room well, and Lisa cannot see past her own needs and issues. Instead of saying, oh my gosh, Whitney, I'm so sorry. You're right. How are you doing? Are you good? Do you need to get some air? She says, oh my gosh, yeah, I know, like, all right, but yeah, I sent you some flowers. You have flowers coming. Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know, like, she was like, but I literally just texted you about it. She was like, I just have a lot going on. Like, I can't remember everything in everybody's life. Like, and to me, even if I have a lot going on, somebody that I'm cool with, I ain't saying they're best friends, texted me and let me know that their best friend passed, and I literally see them the next day. I get it that you mailed flowers, but that you sent flowers. But first of all, she probably didn't even get the flowers yet, so she doesn't know you sent flowers. Second of all, because matter of fact, they didn't show up because Lisa said you have flowers on the way. Second of all, like Whitney said, I don't care about those flowers. I want you. Like, I want to have a moment with you. I don't give a damn about those flowers right now. So then she says, and the fact that you came over while me and Heather were talking, and you like basically ignored me to have a conversation with Heather, like that was very hurtful. Well, I don't know, like I didn't do that. Like, what are you talking about? And again, instead of just saying, I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Are you good? Now it's, well, I have so much on my plate. I have so much going on. Like, I can't remember everything in everybody's situation. So then Whitney says, you know what, Lisa, you are so selfish. Everything just has to be about you. Oh my gosh. That set Lisa off. Oh my gosh, now Lisa's upset. She's yanking off her microphone. She's like, I can't believe you said this. I can't believe you did that. I can't believe. And baby, That's where the episode ended, child, with Whitney walking off and Lisa mad, and of course her husband coming to get her, and Lisa's like, she said I'm selfish. She said I was selfish. And I'm like, but you are, and you have been. And I have been consistent in that. Like, you could probably go back to my reviews from season 1. I have been consistent. You are selfish. You've been selfish. Anyway, let me know what you guys think, though. I will talk to y'all later. Peace.